We worried about people eating dogs and cats, ducks, and such. We worried about them. But what about Americans that's going to the grocery stores and buying cold cuts, meats that are no good? Boar's Head just got shut down. They supposed to be like the #1 cold cut supplier in the country. They meat is tainted. Every couple of years we have an issue with tainted meat, whether it be chicken, mostly, processed meat. It have to be recalled. I oftentimes go to the grocery store. I do a lot of shopping. I do a lot of cooking when I'm at home. I go to the grocery store and buy food in the meat section. I went to the grocery store almost 2 weeks ago now, where I live. Picked up a package of pigtails. They were spoiled. They were spoiled. What are they going to do about that issue? We go to the grocery store and spend our money on food that is no good. Especially when you're dealing with meats. We almost got to go to eating canned goods. That's why they really need a common man to run for president, but it take a lot of money. You got to be able to raise a lot of money. They squeeze you out. Independent. I don't really sell horses with the Democrats, and I definitely don't sell horses with the conservatives. They only act like they care and concerned about the poor and the working when election time come around. I will give the Democrats credit for trying to help the poor, for trying to help the needy. That's why people who supporting Trump, they not campaigning for him. They just beating up on Kamala Harris and everybody that's voting for her. I'm going to cut out overtime taxes, pay on taxes on overtime pay. Who going to eat that cost? The employers? The employers? You know what they going to do? It's loopholes to that. They're going to cut out overtime. They ain't going to eat that cost. That would help me a lot because I get so many hours in overtime pay. I work hours, a lot of hours in overtime. So when Trump, everything Trump say, people try to aid him. Now people are talking about they work 80 hours. They getting 40 hours a week in overtime. Who doing that? Who doing that? You may be working separate jobs. You ain't hardly getting no 40 plus hours in overtime pay. That people say anything. They be in the comments saying anything behind Trump. Then we question them on the stuff they're saying, they get mad. You harassing people. You messing with folks. But y'all in saying stupid stuff. Just to appease Trump. I asked my wife about that. I said, you ever hear anybody doing that overtime pay and stuff like that? No. people on an average, if you're getting 40 hours a week, on an average, you might average about 10 hours, 10 extra hours. If you claim you get that many hours in the overtime pay, where you getting your rest at? Where you resting? And who gonna eat that cost? That cost of that over? Somebody got to eat it. Them employers ain't gonna eat it. Trump already gave them a big tax break 5-6 years ago. That's the first package that he passed, that he signed the law. Remember when he got on TV and act like he didn't like it? We'll get them a tax break, then they can trickle down to them people that pass that money along. People ain't giving you, them employers ain't giving you no more than what they have to. We have an issue when it comes to the companies in this country, grocery supplies and all this stuff. Poor people have to suffer. We spend our money. Working people like me, I spend my money at the grocery store, and we buy, oftentimes end up buying spoiled meats. Them packaging companies in this country, chicken plants and all them people, they'll pack that spoiled meat, them tainted chickens, and send it on to the grocery stores. Pass it out to the consumers. They don't want to take loss. Out-of-date milk. Bread that's done been frozen. The quality of groceries at the stores are poor. Are poor. Chicken is half plucked. Chicken is half plucked. Salmonella everywhere. It's bad. Maybe the Haitians, if they are eating ducks, animals, geese, and all that stuff, maybe they might be better. At least they ain't paying for it. We paying for spoiled food. But truth be told, anything can be pets. But the Bible did say everything that God created is good and fit to eat. He gave us animals to eat. Want to make them look bad, paint them, they still ain't eating. People, cats and animals and stuff like that. Mankind have been known to eat canines and felines. We domesticated those animals and turned them to house pets. I don't want to eat them. I hope it, God forbid, it ever come to a situation where I had to try to eat them. We just accustomed to not eating dogs and cats. Some people in the United States, long before the Haitians, if they do it, I don't put them past anybody, but I'm not going to say, yeah, them people do it. But we have people all over the country, all over, that do strange stuff, or do things that seem like out of the norm. Right here in America, Americans have issues, have been known to eat pets. Americans, we eat humans. So why we want to make somebody other country look a lot lesser than what we are? And then the type of people that support Trump, but they always want to hide behind the Bible. See, y'all supporting her, y'all supporting abortion. Y'all, how can anybody be a Christian and support the Democrats? How can anybody be a Christian and support Trump? That's the question that they fail to answer. Well, it's the policies. Policies mine. Because the Republicans' policies are against God to the fullest. They don't believe in helping the poor. They don't believe in giving anybody. They outright against it. People need food stamps to survive. People, it is what it is. Jesus said the poor, you will have what you always take care of the poor. It was during the Bible days. But these Christian conservatives sit on the TV and radio and act like they know the Bible and they love God, but when it comes to subjects like that, they frown on them. They frown on it. So are they any closer to God? Are their policies really any closer to God than the Democrats? Their policies are geared at the hands of the NRA and other special interest groups. Greed. Greed is what drives their side. Ripping folks off. Don't want to pass laws that will help and benefit people. Talk about people that's on food stamp welfare. Jesus said help. Yet they take the money. They take the money and steal. They live on welfare. We got a case of this right now in my state, Mississippi. Look at Brett Favre. Republican governors always have been stealing money. They'll hide it, steal money and hide it. So are they any better? Are they really any closer to God? Y'all say some foolish stuff to support them, to us support them. I'm an independent. I'm a registered Democrat, but I lean more independent. I wouldn't vote for Mike Pence. But we're going to talk about food and what the people eat or not eat. What about the grocery stores? Well, we going spending our hard-earned money on spoiled food. And this has been going on since I've been grown. It happened under every administration. So let's not put it on just one. But the issue is the poor quality and the poor quantities that we have to deal with. But the Republicans could care less. They all for it. They all for the rich. They don't care about the rich companies and people, corporations getting over on the American consumer. The Democrats do try to fight this stuff. They do. They known for it. Well, why should we tax the rich? They the one provide all the service and all of it. They need to be taxed. Look how much money they spend. My wife works for a major corporation right now, a grocery chain. They nickel and dime them employees. They nickel and dime their store. Just so they can give them higher ups major bonuses, major retirement checks, the money they don't need. That's what they do. That's how corporations operate. That's why they end up going bankrupt. Higher ups, president, CEO, all they do is rob and steal from the people. Why are they taking money that they don't need? Why are they taking bonuses they don't need? This happened a few years ago. Now that I think about it, remember when the Republicans were trying to pass bill to give them senators and stuff bonuses and raises? They were doing Bush administration, if I'm thinking right, they were trying to give themselves bonuses and raises during hard time. A lot of people was outraged about it, so they didn't even vote on it. Then was the Republicans trying to do that. A lot of them did get, I think, if I'm thinking right, or what in some states or something, but they end up giving it back. But some of them just, no, we ain't gonna do it. It ain't right. But this what drive them. I didn't vote for Obama. I vote my first time ever voted for Joe Biden. But the truth is the truth. Democrats always have been geared towards helping people. Y'all on the plantation. Y'all vote for them. Y'all vote. I vote for a Democrat before I vote for a Republican. Republicans gonna do them hide behind hate, fear mongering. That's how they campaign: hate and fear mongering. And then when they get in office, what they do? Cater to the rich. Start wars. They mad at Joe Biden. Well, Joe Biden pulled out of war. He killed soldiers. But George Bush had got us bogged down in a war that was never ending. Joe Biden did a good thing. Life's gonna be lost. He couldn't help that. It was way less of time. He ended something that George Bush started and left for everybody else under them false pretenses.